All right, this morning, the country is processing the historic bank failures of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank while trying to understand how widespread the ripple effects from those closures could be.
Yeah, yesterday, President Biden announced a federal intervention program to stop the financial hemorrhaging caused by the bank's collapse. And he highlighted steps that he says his administration is taking to prevent further fallout. He also reassured Americans that their money is safe and that they wouldn't be stuck footing the bill to rescue depositors of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank.
Americans can rest assured that our banking system is safe. Your deposits are safe. Let me also assure you, we will not stop at this. We'll do whatever is needed. No losses will be, and this is an important point, no losses will be borne by the taxpayers.
Still, that news did little to put investors at ease on Wall Street. Bank stocks suffered heavy losses yesterday, ending the trading day in the red. And this morning, there's more fallout for SVB. The bank's parent company, along with two top executives, are being sued by shareholders in a class action lawsuit for fraud. We're going to hear from a small business owner who was directly affected by the bank failure in just a moment. But first, let's get to NBC News White House correspondent Carol Lee and Brian Sozzi, executive editor at Yahoo Finance. Brian, let's start with you. It was not exactly a good day on Wall Street for regional banks. We saw those losses yesterday. Did we expect those losses, or was that a little surprising?
Well, thank you for having me. And what you're seeing really is the loss of trust in what financial institutions essentially do. And that is why you saw shares of a First Republic really get hammered. But you also saw the likes of a Charles Schwab, one of the longtime just investment firms on Wall Street, their shares get hit as well. So lots of fear and contagion in the aftermath, what the financials might look like for a lot of these banks. That's why you saw the stocks sell off. Now, we are seeing a little bit of rally here in the pre-market today. But again, the fear on Wall Street very much remains out of there. And the next shoe to drop, guys, could be when these companies, these big banks, report earnings in just a few weeks. How were their finances hurt by the fallout of SVB?
So, Carol, let's bring you in here. We just heard that clip from the president announcing plans to protect depositors. He also called out a 2018 bank deregulation law that was passed under the Trump administration. He called on Congress to reverse it. What's the reaction been from lawmakers to that, and overall just to how the White House is handling this?
Well, it's mixed, as you would expect. There are falls along party lines in many ways. But what you've heard from Democrats, Joe, is that they're supportive of this. They think the president made the right decision. However, they really want to get to the bottom of what happened here with the collapse of these banks. You heard from Senator Elizabeth Warren writing this sort of "I told you so" op-ed in the New York Times, saying that that 2018 law you just mentioned needs to be reversed. You had some Republicans who are saying that this is the administration playing politics, that if it was a different type of company, if it wasn't a tech-focused company, that they wouldn't have come in and rescued this bank. And so they're calling this a bailout, which is something the White House rejects and does not want the president's actions to be labeled as. And then you've heard from senators like Mitt Romney, who said that the president made the right decision. So the president and his team have been briefing lawmakers. The president's calling for Congress to take action, whether it's that 2018 law, reversing that, or passing new other regulations that tighten up rules on how these banks operate. That's going to be a fight going forward. And look, it's a fight, politically speaking, that the president probably wants to have as he heads into potentially a re-election campaign.
Brian, you mentioned fear. There is a concern that other banks could be vulnerable. Is that a legitimate fear? I mean, what is next for the banking industry?
Well, the banking industry, like I just mentioned, is going through will likely go through a week or two of really heightened volatility. If you are a bank, what does this fallout mean for the treasury securities that you're trading? What does it mean for the stocks you are trading for clients? Now, I am surprised you did not see the market completely fall out of bed yesterday in the wake of this. And that is, I think, in large part the reflection of what the government did, essentially come in here and backstop depositors. But it doesn't mean all is fine on Wall Street. Volatility is back in these markets. And, oh, yeah, it comes at the same time where markets are still trying to figure out where in the world is inflation going and how might the Federal Reserve respond in next week when it has its next meeting. If they raise rates even 25 basis points, you could see tremors come back to this market.
And Carol, I mean, President Biden said yesterday there will be consequences for banks that collapse. Quickly here, what are some of the steps the White House is considering?
Well, one of the things we've seen, and this is not related to the president, Joe, is the Federal Reserve saying it's going to review its oversight of SVB, for instance. Other things that the president is looking at, look, he suggested that there's going to be big consequences here. He said nobody is above the law. There's that lawsuit that you mentioned, but that's different than what the president is suggesting, which is that they will look at whether there were any criminal potential activities by executives at this bank, things that they could be looking at, like what were stock sales looking like in the month before the bank failed. So things like that. But the president's setting the bar pretty high here.
All right, Carol Lee and Brian Sozzi, thank you both for kicking us off this hour. We appreciate it.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.